we had actually met with Dr. Dowling.
He said, according to what I'm seeing on these test results, you should not be standing here in my office. He said, I can't believe you walked in.
I can tell you the first time that I saw Terri, I was working at a restaurant as a grill cook. And on Terri's 16th birthday, her mom brought her in to say hi. And she said, "This is George back in the kitchen." And I looked out at her and I said, cute. And it was really shortly after that we got together. We got married in 1978, and in 1980, our first child was born, our daughter, Joanna. I graduated in 1980. 2 years later, in 1982, our son, Nicholas, was born.
And then 2004, I was diagnosed with cardiomyopathy, heart failure.
So we first engaged with Dr. O'Brien.
We've been fortunate. We've been able to stay ahead of the current, if you will. Whatever new thing has come on the scene as a treatment benefit for heart failure patients, it worked out for her timing-wise.
And that pretty much saw me through, 17 years. And he did some tests, and then he called me into the office, and he said, I think we're in advanced heart failure now.
And that's a time when we absolutely have to think of either heart transplant, a mechanical pump to help the heart.
We had a talk at home and shed a lot of tears about if things didn't go the way we wanted them to go. So that was out of the way. And then I just, thought I can't control things. And so just let it go. I got listed on November 1st, and I think it was November 4th. That one of the doctors came in the morning and said, we've got a heart. And I couldn't believe it. I started crying, and I thought, there's no way. It's only 3 days.
During that time, we were waiting for the transplant to happen. There were many times when they came in and said, we were going to be delayed, and we hope you're okay. And Terri's response through the whole thing was, the donor and the donor's family are going through a whole lot worse than we are at this stage. And I'm fine. I'm good. Just whenever it happens, it happens. And that was her attitude through this whole thing. It was just inspirational. And about 7 p.m. on Saturday, they rolled Terri out of the CVICU into the OR. As I sat and waited during that long time, it was her spirit, her inspiration that helped me stay calm. And it was about 4:30 the next morning when Dr. Dowling and the team came and told me she had gone through the surgery successfully and was heading back to CVICU for recovery. I came in and I held her hand, and I think I kissed her on the cheek, and her eyes opened and fluttered. She kind of, looked at me and then closed her eyes back again. And people in the room were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that her eyes opened. They're not supposed to have opened at this point. It was, that love that we have had for such a long time and the relationship that we have, that she heard me. And from that moment on, I kind of felt like, this is going to go okay.
It adapted to her body, and she was adapting it, and then the rest is history. She did great. She loves her heart, the heart loves her. So, yeah.
I remember sitting up in the chair in my room, and I could feel my heartbeat. Even through the blankets, I could feel it beating. And I haven't felt my heartbeat prior to the surgery, for a long time. It was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
The donor family, and all that they have gone through have been top of mind for us. Such a simple act, but yet a very selfless act.
It is the greatest gift that anybody can give or receive. It's just an amazing, it was surreal, the whole experience, that, one day my heart is ready to give up, to stop, and there's nothing more we can do for it. And then the next day you've got this heart beating inside you. It was just amazing.